Welcome back to Art with Biggy. Today we're exploring what I'd be like in the Sonic universe as voted by you guys. Actually, it was a tie here on YouTube, so I went to the Discord for the tiebreaker, which was Sonic, but as of recording this voiceover, the YouTube vote also settled on Sonic, so it didn't matter anyway. But for future reference, if you guys want to play a part in voting for future Art with Biggy crossovers, then join the Discord, because I'll be hosting tiebreakers and sometimes just straight up the votes over there. Anyway, so just like last time, as we draw, we're going to explore the lore of Moby and Biggy. As the dust settles on the Green Hill grass, standing there soaking in his victory is Sonic the Hedgehog, grinning at the pile of scrap metal left behind after his most recent showdown with Dr. Eggman. With him is his best friend Tails. After a quick chat about Eggman's intentions this time, Sonic runs off to grab a chili dog. Tails stayed behind to analyze Eggman's tech as he often does, but Tails was there for a second reason. A reason he had always kept to himself. You see, all these years that they've been fighting Eggman, Tails noticed something on nearly every piece of Eggman machinery they've gotten their hands on. A little etching of a paper bag with eye holes in a random hidden spot within the machinery. Further, he could tell someone had been tinkering with Eggman's source code for these machines. Tails had always kept this to himself because he himself doesn't know if it actually means anything, but little does he know, watching him from around a nearby tree is exactly who he's looking for. This secret operative is a Mobian codenamed BiggyBagHead. His exact animal species is unknown, as well as frankly his existence, and Biggy assists in the war against Eggman's forces via sabotage. Though he doesn't do it because he wants to help Sonic and his crew. He does it because Eggman's forces directly disrupt the autonomy of the world. Biggy's specific skill set is mimicry. He dons a hoodie with a donut graphic. On this graphic are tiny shards of the Master Emerald, laid out like sprinkles. He's obtained these shards by scavenging from past battles. These shards allow Biggy to mimic the abilities of any Mobian he's observed. The longer he watches the powers be used, the better the powers work for him. But this isn't something to be abused. The longer he harnesses the Emerald Shard's power, the more their temperature increases. He can only use his mimicry abilities for as long as he can endure the exponentially increasing pain. Biggy uses these abilities to break directly into Eggman's manufacturing facilities and sabotage all of the true lethality from Eggman's inventions. When Sonic releases the animals from the Badniks or destroys one of Eggman's personal robots, the explosion that follows was always and is always intended to be catastrophic. This is also partially why Eggman suffers such intense tantrums. He doesn't get why they aren't working. Other than that, Biggy keeps to himself, enjoying nature and the sights that Mobius has to offer. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed that little lore breakdown that I came up with. It's nothing too crazy, but I think that I did a pretty good job at fitting Biggy into the lore of the Sonic universe without, invading what's already there. But as usual, we like to start to get into the process of making these artworks. So why don't we talk about that a little bit? So in the last video, we talked a lot about my process to make these artworks, like the traditional sketchbook to taking the picture with the iPad and doing the final outline and the coloring there. So today I thought we'd talk a little bit more about like how I come up with the ideas that I come up with for integrating BiggyBagHead into the lore, right? And it's really as simple as like looking at the design that I have and doing something as small as, okay, well, he has these green sprinkles that are a lot like the Master Emerald. How could that connect, right? Like, why would he have small little pieces of the Master Emerald on his chest, and what would they do? Or like, thinking about how he would interact with the world, like knowing that someone as smart as Tails probably wouldn't not know of his existence. Maybe he could evade it a little bit, but like they would at least kind of assume he something is fishy's going on, And then for like the abilities, I try to think of ways that I can connect it to like what I do with the channel and everything like that. So for this video, the BiggyBagHead mimicry ability is based off of like I learned really well watching, right? And I learned really well by observing people who are better at doing the things than I do. And so I thought that I'd turn that into the ability of mimicry, For this one, I had a hard time deciding between if I was just going to stick to my original design or if I was going to try to lean more into the animal aspect of things. Like at one point, I had an idea of doing a hedgehog that had a bag wrapped around his face like he was running really fast and it got like stuck on his face. and that ended up not playing out. I thought that it'd make a lot more sense to try to adapt the BagHead itself to the style of Sonic, which is why I went for those like round modern Sonic oval eyes, you know what I mean? And yeah, here you can see me laying out the shininess of the Master Emerald sprinkles. I really wanted to try to use some kind of glowing brush to make it look like there was some kind of power inside of them. Not too much, because I didn't want it to look like he had activated at the moment or anything, but enough that you could tell when you're looking at the artwork. I just want to say thanks for watching, and also wanted to mention that if you guys want to directly be a part of next week's Art with Biggy, join the Discord so you guys can vote for the next universe we bagify, and make sure you sub so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you guys back here on Wednesday for the Spidey vs. Spidey Rivals video, and thank you guys for watching. As always, peace.